My fellow Americans, by now I'm sure that you've heard about the terrorist act that was perpetrated upon our soil earlier today. It appears that two individuals were caught on surveillance putting canisters into the D.C. water treatment plant. Though the video is inconclusive regarding the identity of these persons, it is very clear that this horrible act was perpetrated with malicious intent. Subsequent tests of our water supply confirm our worst fears. The level of toxicity in the water is high enough that we were certain that sickness and death would result if some action was not taken. In fact, if you turned on your water faucet within the past 10 minutes, you probably found that no water flow was evident. We found it necessary to interrupt the flow of water to the homes of residents of Washington, D.C. until we finish implementing procedures to address the contaminants and clean the water. Now, I just got out of a meeting with Drs. Michael Davis and Robert Janke, both of whom are experts on systematic threats to our water infrastructure. They suggested that the patterns of dispersal for these contaminants made it important for us to be proactive and interrupt the water supply for a short term. While we've ruled out the possibility that any explosives were involved, we have determined that there are trace amounts of radioactivity in the water. While we are pretty sure that we caught the contamination in time to keep it from going throughout the water system, Drs. Davis and Janke were very clear in their assessment that it would be better to be safe than sorry in this matter. I agreed. The lives of each individual American are important and irreplaceable. Now, both FEMA and the CDC have been notified. They are currently mobilizing in the D.C. area by my executive order. They are tasked with providing care and comfort to all of the people that are affected. Now, while I am sure that the days ahead will be difficult and perhaps uncomfortable, please be calm. Do not, I repeat, do not drink water from the tap. Do not bathe in it or otherwise have direct contact with it. We have a plan in place to clean the water, but it will take some time. Each family will be given an appropriate amount of water for the size of the family and the needs of the family. It is important to conserve water as much as possible. Even though the flow has been interrupted, please do not turn on any water faucets. Fresh supplies of bottled water are being shipped in from surrounding areas until we can return this situation to normal. Everything we can do is being done. Let me assure you, every precaution is being taken to ensure the safety and security of every American family affected by this tragedy. Words cannot express the sorrow and the anger that I feel regarding this cowardly act. The people who perpetrated this will be caught. The spirit of the American people cannot be easily controlled. It cannot be easily turned away, and we cannot easily be conquered. In this challenge, let us stick together. Let us work through the solutions. I'm sure that I will hear voices of dissent from some. I welcome them. If there are other things that I can do, I look forward to hearing them and working with the people that have the suggestions that can help us keep this from happening again, and that can help us make sure that this situation is correctly and thoroughly handled. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience. God bless America.